I might be overreacting to that chicken nugget take from Jordan McLeod. And, some JMU fans may be overreacting to JMU's performance up into this point of the season. It's time for a little overreaction corner. Bennett, are you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
So, these Sun Belt Conference recruiting classes are no joke, and it's only getting better. Our very own Ben Hoffer said that one.
He is following recruiting for us, so I'll trust his gut here.
Yeah, that was more of a plug for his recruiting
Shout
coverage.
out,
Second one, just a reminder that this one is hilarious to me. Just a reminder that JMU's way more likely to go 12-0 than they are 0-5, 1-4, 2-3, 3-2, and 4-1 this year.
That's correct.
Yep.
That math works.
That math is awesome. They're sunsetting the food race. Did you know this?
I'm actually okay with this. Those were like
whoa.
Those were so annoyingly.
Lobster.
They were so annoyingly elaborate. Where it was like, oh, who's gonna win? And then it's like, oh, they're all doing some sort of orchestrated dance at midfield, and it's like, why don't you just race? True, honest to God, who's the fastest there? That's what we did with the running fight in Phil's, right? You just ran. Wasn't staged. It was just pure competition. No, I went like 0-15. They tried to rig one for me, and one of the four didn't agree, and he passed me late. It was
tough. For background, real quick, Bennett did work for the Reading Fighting Phils for a summer and was part of mascot races.
That's exactly right.
This team is good, but they'd be getting much more national respect and attention if they were beating these teams by as much as they should be. At Bubba_Fisk on Twitter. That's exactly what Bennett was talking about. This team, if they were 5-0 with an average margin of victory of 15, I think they're ranked.
Even if all they had to do is, all they had to do
was dominate UVA on the road.
If I was out there, buck 50 in the trenches. No, it's But if they held on for a 2 or 3 touchdown win against Utah State and the same against South Alabama, I think they might be ranked. It's the fact that they have only 1 possession wins against FBS teams, and the fact that UVA can't close a gosh darn win.
Yeah, Jordan McLeod is a baller, and I don't understand the negative buzz. I trust him slinging the rock. He's elusive and one of the best, if not the best QB in the Sun Belt. Will Byers.
What do you think?
Like I said, I think Jordan McLeod's the best quarterback in the Sun Belt for 75% of a game. I need to see him try and figure out in the third quarter, kind of the second half. I would love to see a game where Kurt Signetti doesn't take the ball out of his hand. We've also seen him be great in a do or die situation, which is the weirdest thing. Against UVA, 12 minutes left, you're down 2 scores, and you have to play through McLeod. And what does he do? He leads you to a comeback. He makes the right plays when they're there. It's just a very, very weird whole kind of situation unfolding in Bridgeforth.
The way he ran the ball on Saturday had me very excited. So if they can
career high,
if they can figure out that relationship you mentioned, it could be impressive stuff the rest of the way.
Maybe not an overreaction, and maybe it's because I had a good buzz going. Shout out Steak Sauce. But I didn't get the same heart palpitations in this game that I got from other games. Steak Sauce.
Yeah, I would agree. There was never a point in the fourth quarter where the other team had the ball, and if they would have scored on that position, they would have the lead. Right? That happened in all the other games, or they trailed in the fourth quarter against UVA. They were up 8, but South Alabama's best case late in the game was to drive down and tie the game on a last minute drive. So yeah, that makes sense because the other games are closer.
Yes, I agree.
Okay.
I never really got nervous during that game.
It wasn't that scary, no.
I texted a friend of mine, Tyler, and I was like, it was the third quarter before the comeback had started from South Alabama. And I was like, I'm so cool. I'm not stressed at all. And then I texted her in the fourth quarter and I was just like, F-bomb. I didn't text the word. I just said F-bomb. Zach Horton looks like what I was told Kyle Pitts was supposed to be Mo.
Stop it.
Jonnu Smith on a fantasy perspective has outscored Kyle Pitts this season.
That's wild.
Kyle Pitts, Zach Horton had 67% of Kyle Pitts's career touchdown catches in one game.
when he does that for an NFL team. Come back.
If this team comes out hot in the second half, they could beat 95%, if not more, of college football. The defensive front is elite, and the offense is great when clicking.
They look like a top 25 team when they're playing well. I would agree.
And it's funny how different they look. The conservative second half game plans to keep games close is a strategic move to ensure the Dukes are not ranked when they are playing Georgia Southern. Billy G. I love this overreaction. Absolutely fantastic. I mean, it makes sense, right? They went into Georgia Southern 5-0, I believe, off of the bye week.
I think they were off a bye, yeah.
Ranked in the top 25, and Georgia Southern pulled out the win. This week, you don't want the same happening. They're 5-0, don't get ranked, barely even get any votes. That way, Georgia Southern doesn't have that over you when they beat us.
Smart.
Elijah Surratt is the best receiver on the team.
Based off of Saturday, yeah. I still think Reggie Brown is pretty solid, but he had a tough game in terms of drops. Surratt's probably got the best hands.
I think Surratt is a fantastic compliment to Reggie Brown. Oh, this is a long one. We can't keep relying on the defense to save us in the second half. It has to be draining for the defense to watch the offense play such uninspiring football in the second half. We're going to keep playing like this until we lose because of it.
I understand that take. I also kind of think they're just going to figure some stuff out and start playing better.
I do too. I think Georgia Southern, we're going to see a different team. I think maybe this might be a hot take. I think they'll play a full 4 quarters of football against Georgia Southern.
They're not as far off as people think. And they also are getting a little discredited for erasing a double-digit deficit against UVA in the fourth quarter.
Yes, because UVA is also 0-5 though, so that doesn't help.
But they do have 1 possession losses to NC State and Boston College as well. So it's not like they're total crap.
But they're crap.
They're starting to, they're a little bit stinky.